Hey guys, it's Kife. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about my house. If you have been following me for a period of time, you may know that I've actually purchased my house at the age of 24. Okay, that was 4 years ago. Actually, this video came 4 years late. I'm going to share with you guys on how I did it and the process of buying this property. How I'm going to do this is by answering the questions and leading you to the flow of the purchase of this house. So a small little background story of me. Okay, I'm just a regular salary man. I don't do any investment. So if you count buying property as an investment, then that is the only investment that I've done lah. And I own no businesses. I did it solely by working. As a single person in Singapore, you cannot buy a HDB by yourself if you are not older than 35 years old, I think. So buying a private property was kind of what I aimed for since young. One fine day, I actually went to Singapore Expo and my friend just casually told me that this is the new launch that I was talking about. When I saw the showroom was just next to the MRT, it got me very curious about the place because back then I didn't have a car, I didn't have a license, so traveling by public transport is the only means. After being curious, I immediately went to book for an appointment with one of the agents and went down to view the showroom, and I signed this option form. You can place an interest, go for a ballot, but not necessarily place down any money. To me, it was like, okay, just place lor. And 2 weeks later, I was at the ballot place to ballot. My ballot number was 232. Tada! There was like 700 over units. I was actually quite in front of the line, like maybe the first 30%. All the people who got in the ballot, they moved to this other room and I don't know what's inside there, and it was my first time as well. So I walked into the place. It felt like a fish market place. People queuing, very noisy because they were discussing and stuff like that. The process is like this. You go to queue, and if you still want some more time to think, you have to go to like this thinking box. But if you go to this thinking box, those people whose ballot number is later than yours basically cut your queue lah. They get to buy first. While queuing, there were so many agents, I think more than 10, keep telling you, oh, you know, you can buy this unit, oh, that unit is good, blah blah blah. Macam you're going to buy fish like that. I felt like my whole life was decided within 5 minutes. So I had a budget of not more than $800,000. My options were very little because even at 200 plus, most of the 1-bedder and 2-bedder units were already sold. I was left with only like 3 choices that were within my budget. The agent was so good, you know, this unit number, wow, the number very good. So I was like, okay lah, then I'll just get that one. I think I signed something to like choke the place, and afterwards the agent brought me to another area where there are bankers to finance your whole thing for you. It basically took about an hour lah for the whole process, for everything to confirm that you are buying that place in a sense. One of my followers asked me, what amount should one have before committing to a $1 million condo? For my case, right, my budget was below 800k, so it's not 1 million. I'm just going to roughly tell you how much you need to buy a property of 756k. Back then in 2017, if you are below 35 years old, you can take a max loan from the bank of 80%. You only need to pay 20% down payment, which is 151k. 15% can be paid by CPF or cash, and 5% must be paid in cash. But for my case, I was only in the workforce for 6 months. Where the hell I get 100 over k in my CPF, right? I didn't have that kind of money, so I have to use cash. Another thing about buying a property in Singapore is that there is stamp duty. Stamp duty was $17,280 paid for in cash lah. And also when you buy a property in Singapore, you need to get a lawyer. Okay, so legal fee charged me $2,200. There's a CPF legal fee which is like $430, and like bank valuation fee which is like $214. Anyway, this was back in 2017. So right now it is 25% down payment. Pretty lucky because if I'm not wrong, the new law kicked in 2018. If I were to buy the property in 2018, I have to pay 25%. Please don't think that the 5% is very little. For a young person, 5% is freaking a lot, because 5% for a 756k property price, it's $37,500. Can you even save that amount of money if you're just a regular salary man in a year? In short, to buy a $1 million condo, you should at least have 25% of the money. And also don't forget stamp duty. See, I clear out my bank account after buying the property. We start saving lah. And what is good about buying a new launch property is that the repayment scheme is by the loan disbursed disbursement from the bank. Because the property is still developing, you just need to do a progressive payment. For example, the first stage takes however amount of weeks. The bank will only release the loan payment to the developers by stages. So by the time that your house TOP, actually you probably can save enough money for the house renovation or save enough in your CPF to sort of like fund the rest of the mortgage when the house fully TOP. So the next question is how you manage finance to live your lifestyle and afford a house. I actually never really done any financing before. You may see me buying a lot of branded things here and there, but I don't really go out for entertainment. The only entertainment to me is shopping, eating out with my friends, or watching a movie. And I usually don't spend money on miscellaneous things like taking cabs. I don't spend money on skincare. I think basically because I don't drink. Usually people who drink, they spend money on the drinks, then after that you have to take cab home. That will easily cost you like maybe $50 to $100 a day. I would rather use that money to buy a bag. So if you convert the money that is spent on all these miscellaneous things, you can actually use it to fund your lifestyle that you want and whatever amount that you want to save. The next question is, why you so good can afford condo? So this is actually a question asked by my friend. You really need to clarify this thing. I wasn't born with a silver spoon or a gold spoon, whatever spoon you call it. In fact, I think I'm born in a pretty poor family. At one point of time when I was studying in my last semester in poly, my mother didn't have the money to pay for my tuition fees. And that is also why I didn't go to uni, because we didn't have money. Some people said nonsense like my mother struck lottery and gave me the money to buy this house. No such thing happened, okay? I wish that it happened. I really don't mind that my mother gave me the money to buy this house. But it really didn't happen. If my mother struck lottery, why didn't she buy the house for herself? Why she gave me the money to buy this house? Right? So this leads me to the end of this video, and here's a catch. I sold this property. I sold this property and I managed to buy another property with a better location. But that will be another video. If you have any questions that you want to ask on regarding how I sold my property and how I managed to buy the other property, please leave a comment below and ask your questions, and I'll consolidate the questions together with the ones that I've asked on IG story previously. And here's a little something for you if you're somebody who is afraid to invest but want to have appreciation. Best to invest in one that is a new launch, because you definitely profit from the house. And we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And goodbye, see you in the next video. Bye!